Welcome back, my friends. My name is Eric. This is Rome. And we're back with some more Star Citizen. Now, I was going to do a mission in the new Clipper, but you know what? The Intrepid. Everybody gets an Intrepid as part of the new patch for the moment anyway, you know, to try out. It is a starter ship. It is one of my favorite starter ships, if not my absolute favorite starter ship. And I have a mission that I want to run. Let's go ahead and pull this out and take a look. I will show you. This is a Dead Saints mission. This is one of the unverified ones, right? And we have to go ahead and we're going to grab some Etum from Devlin, and we're going to grab some Slam, and we are going to grab some Neon. So we've got to go into Pyro to get the Slam and the Neon. So we're going to give it a go. This is a great kind of smuggler ship run, right? There's all sorts of things that, you know, if you got some money, you could obviously run the Prowler. This would be a great mission for the new Ox, especially if you want to start to play with kind of more, oops, there we go. You know, we had a comment on one of my video of the Ox, saying he was going to make it stealth. And I've seen a few other people comments about that sort of thing since then. So, hey, maybe that's the way you do that. Or you could do that with the Intrepid. Let's take a look at the Intrepid first. We have a nice little living area here. Got a little table. You've got your kitchen here, a fridge. You know, you've got your suit locker, weapons lockers, storage up above the bed, your bed. This is a great little ship. And then back here, we've got kind of our engine bay. And in each of these, there's a storage room. We can open it from inside, but it drops down to the ground outside. So you can load it either way. We are probably going to load it from the outside. Now, it's got 8 SCU, which is exactly what we need. It can only handle up to the 2 SCU containers. It's perfect for us. There's your engineering terminal. This is your Millennium Falcon. That's what it is. All right, we've got our little seating area. Well, it only has the single person seating area, so I guess it's maybe not quite perfect for that, but that's what it is. It has the asymmetric design with a gun on one side and a cockpit on the other. And in fact, we will fire it up here. And I will give you a picture outside. Now, this is with the fancy paint scheme that comes with the new IAEE kind of pack that you can get that has armor, which is the armor I'm wearing, which includes a backpack for the armor, which is nice. A P8 SC submachine gun, and this paint scheme. So I thought we would model it out. Let's go ahead and we'll get out of here. We'll make sure that we are in VTOL mode here. Go ahead, kick those up for a second. There they go slowly. And we'll just kind of pull out of here. Okay, I'm just going to kind of point us up.
Thanks for visiting Orson.
And we'll get out of Orson. No crowds despite the expo going on.
To learn more about our wide range of ships available for purchase, don't hesitate to contact your preferred ship dealer or visit the Crusader show. Enjoy the rest of your trip and have a fantastic day.
Hopefully y'all can hear that just fine without it getting my mic. You know, I'm going to put my headphones on. I'm not wearing my headphones, I just playing it on the speakers, but for it to be loud enough for me to hear and enjoy, it's got to be quiet enough that it doesn't bleed into the mic so that it stays in its separate audio channel. Let's go ahead and put us into quantum mode. I really like this ship. I like an asymmetric design, a well done asymmetric design. So this is it. Like I said, we could use the Ox, but I've already traded mine in on a Hull B. We could use a Clipper, which was originally, I think would be a really good use for this one, actually. Let's see, we need to go to Pyro Gateway. So let's go ahead and figure that out. This also can give us an idea of what the range is on this, because we are going to be doing with some decent sized jumps. So we've got an 1800 SCU. This one is going to take about 405. That's not too bad. We could probably get in We might not need to get fuel at Pyro Gateway or at Stanton Gateway on the other side. We might be able to get up to something else, or maybe we get it there and then we hop back and forth. Probably should fill up Pyro actually. All right, well we'll figure it out as we get there. All right, and wow, imagine that. We were actually pointed the right direction. We could easily have jumps that are like 80 or 90 galactic miles, gigameters, when we get to Pyro. So we'll have to, I think we're better off filling up here. So let's go ahead and take a look at our settings here. I think I've got 3 spots. Well, we may as well just fill everything up. Yeah. We'll have to check again when we get to, when we get back into shield mode, combat mode. And I will probably put us on our navigation here. So when we get there, we can ask for docking. I like the loadout here. I know we've just got the 2 screens there, multifunction displays, but we've got the radar in the middle. We've got all our buttons down here. Everything works pretty well. We do have our 1 big gun there on the front, which I like. I think it's size 4, if I'm remembering correctly. I guess we could take a look and see what we've got, right? We have a Rhino. There you go. That's it, just a Rhino. But it's enough to do small combat missions. Obviously, 4 is plenty enough to take out small ships. And I happen to like the Rhino. I think it's a good gun. So for me, this works pretty well. Now, this is one of those ships that is cheap and cheerful, but I like. I find myself flying it, looking for reasons to fly it. Like today, I could have flown the new Clipper, which is a great ship. I don't have any negatives with it. Well, I don't like all the ladders, but other than that, I don't have any negatives with it. I think it's a great ship, but I'm still on the fence whether I'm going to buy one or not. I'm going to fly it some here while I've got a free one in the hangar to play with, due to my my subscription. So I'll play with it a little bit more. We'll see. Some of it's going to come down to how much a Lightning is going to cost me tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow that I'll be able to buy it. And then we'll kind of see. I traded my 2 golems in, the standard mining and the Ox in on a Hull B and on a Freelancer missile, Freelancer military, which I've wanted for quite a while, but hasn't been available for purchase for quite a while. So I believe I have all of the Freelancers at the moment, although some of them I did purchase with in-game currency. There's a mix of in-game and real money in there. I thought about flying that one, but I know these jumps are pretty long. The exploration one is great. In fact, that's what I was flying the day before yesterday when I was doing interstellar missions, going back and forth, because it has a fair amount of range. And it doesn't need a lot of cargo for this type of mission. I think it's got 36. Also, it has kind of a smuggler's cargo bay, which I'd like. I'd like to see stuff like this flag you for crime if you come into like an area where you can be scanned, unless you have it in a smuggler's cargo. So let's say, let's turn down the speed a little bit here so we don't go slamming into this thing. So I think you need to have a ship that is set up that has a smuggler's cargo. Now, it could be a small ship like this that has one where they just say, hey, it's a smuggler's one, or maybe it's something, a module that you can purchase and add in. But something like the Freelancer that has its own, or what's the RSI one? I can't think of it. It's considered kind of the
connection terminating.
The competitor to the Corsair. I've owned like 5 of them, and I still can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. Oh, this one's on the inside. Something like that. It has the little cargo bay up over the tail. If you have one of those that has the dropship in it, it's where you get into the cockpit of the dropship, right? That is a good one. Or the data running one, the big one that actually looks a little bit more like the Millennium Falcon. That would be a good one too. That one specifically has a smuggler's cargo hold off to the side of the standard cargo hold, right? So something like that would be awesome, in my opinion. And we'll go ahead and pick out the landing gear. Put on the VTOL there. And in we'll go. We're just here to get fuel. Give it a little auto land action.
Service complete. Connection terminating.
All right, well, thank you for the landing there, but we're going to open the connection again because I need fuel. There we go. Will it let us see this ship while we're here, even though we're out and about in it? No. All right, looks like we're good.
Launch complete.
I just hit Alt-M, but nothing happened. Let's try it again. When I get spun around, we could back out, but let's go out, see where we're going. The door may not have been closed yet. Okay, let's try.
Exit approved.
There we go.
Safe
The Alt-N
travel.
did not work for me there, but that's okay. Probably should have got something to drink too, but I think we'll be okay. We'll come back thirsty, but we can stop on the way back in and grab a drink when we get back here. Let's go ahead and zoom this all the way out. Since I never remember which side it's on. Oh, did we bump into
Service complete.
the roof?
Connection
We did.
terminating.
I forgot there was a lip on it there. Where are we headed? There.
Landing gear up.
Made that turn a little hot, but that's okay. Doesn't really matter what speed we hit this at as long as we don't die flying in. Because it's going to make everything go at the same speed once we hit the wormhole. This thing is reasonably quick. You can see we got a 1225 speed in quantum mode. It handles very well. We can turn off the VTOL. We don't need that at the moment. Might actually speed us up a little bit. Again, it doesn't really matter that much. But then when we come out the other side, we'll have a little bit of speed in case there's something happening there. Don't really expect anything, but you never know. With the new system of NICs and interstellar hauling missions and stuff, there's been more activity, I would say. Although less kind of piratical. There we go, piratical activity. Just more activity, just seeing people coming and going. Let's go ahead and activate the jump point. And in we go. I struggle with these a little bit. We'll see how it goes in this ship. This ship handles pretty darn well. Sometimes I just have a hard time seeing where I'm supposed to be turning or getting to. All right. Especially with the different effects like that, it's just all bright on my screen. Now, I suppose if you're worried about pirates and you have plenty of fuel, what you could do is you could, once the color changes and you're in the pyro system, you could pop out early. Now, who knows where it's going to drop you, and you might be a long ways away from something, but you're probably not going to be near where the pirates are. Because they're going to be waiting at the jump point, right? So now that we're in pyro, we could do I really want to go down that far down? Yeah, that's fine. We could pop back out, like I said, and it depends on how much fuel you have. This is kind of, I would say, average for fuel consumption. So I don't necessarily want to risk it, although we've got a full tank, so we'd probably be fine. I'm just going to pick a spot. Since we have other people here, just so we can get out of here. Come on, hang on to that spot. Got a prowler there, speaking of doing some smuggling stuff. We'll get out of the area. We'll get it, you know, a few galactic miles away from it here. Exited monitored space, that's fine. And then we can go ahead and change our jump to a useful spot. The idea is just to get out of the way. All right. So let's go to our map. We are going to collect this shipment. I've been having troubles with warp and determinus lately. But is it going to give it to me? No, it is not. TY, oops, TE, terminus. There we go. One more reason why we did it out here rather than there, because I said it hasn't been wanting to warp directly to it. I have to kind of type in the name to find it that way. I can't use the clicky bit on it. Oh, you know, I did want to look before we go farther. Maps. This is going to use how much of our fuel? 2/3 of it, right? We're going to use almost 100,000 out of 150,000. So a little bit under. So we definitely wanted the extra. We did want to fill up before we left. That's what I'm trying to say. And we'll need to get fuel here. I think it's Ruin that is at terminus. So we'll have to, we'll hop into Ruin maybe first. Get fuel, then land, and then go, rather than risk having to dock at Ruin with drugs in the cargo hold that we could be scanned down for. Now, originally, I changed my jump point to Ruin, so we're headed to Ruin, but let's assume we were going to Terminus, and then from there we were going to warp to the planet or our next spot. One thing you might do is, before you get out and you don't want to spend a lot of time in an area waiting for cooldown, although this ship cools down very quickly. I just have the stock stuff on here. I don't have anything crazy. Right? You saw how fast it cooled down. What I'm going to do is, we're going to have to go back in here to change to re-add Ruin Station as our jump point here. We're going to stop, we wait, make sure that our cooldown is done, then hop in a little bit later. And now when we get there, we either won't have a cooldown or that cooldown will be very minimal. And we'll be able to re-warp to someplace else quickly if we needed to. I'm not sure why it dropped us 156 kilometers out. But again, we don't have to wait for that cooling. So we're going to come in here.
Quantum travel complete.
And our goal is just to get in here and get some fuel. We're not going that fast. We'll speed it up a little bit. We want to get in close to the station quickly. Listen to the alarm here for a little bit, just so I can say exactly what our distance is. All right.
Shields on.
So we got a 227 speed in call in for our landing here.
Welcome.
Close. Come up over this way so we can see where we're going. Kick out the VTOL. Put down the landing gears. And once again, we're just here to get fuel. Do I want to go in and get something to drink? I think we'll be okay.
Arrival complete. Welcome.
We know we have to stop at to get fuel on the way back, so we'll stop in Pyro Gateway for fuel. And something to drink. Alright, let's get here and top off. I hate the fact that it takes you back to that screen occasionally. Repair the damage I did bumping into the roof on the way out last time. Alright.
Launch complete.
You are cleared to leave.
Okay, and now, while we're waiting for the doors to open, let's go ahead and get our warp point set. As much as it's going to let us. It's going to be down to the bottom, down to the left.
Landing gear up.
Thank you for visiting. Safe travels.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Shields off.
I think the problem is we've just got stuff in the way. We don't really, but it likes to pretend we do. Let's speed up so we're out of the area here.
Quantum travel complete.
Okay, it's going to do that for us. All right, that's fine. Let's try it again. You got to love when you're in an area where you could get stomped and it's like, yeah, no. Yeah, see, it's not going to warp to it. We got to get to the planet first.
Quantum travel complete.
As we sit here not moving like an idiot. Maps. Yeah, I don't have anything going on. Let's see if it'll let me go to here. All right. It says we're closest to this than we are the planet. It said the planet was like 4 something. It says this is 261. Must be going to the middle of the planet. I don't know. I forgot to check my settings for gunnery mode too while I was there. I meant to do it.
Quantum travel complete.
Now let me warp there. There we go. Now I really should have my settings set here.
Engaged.
Because when we get there, we don't want to have to mess with it. We want to be able to get in and out, make sure our shields are on and happy. There's about 39 people on the server. I don't know what the server configuration is right now with Nix. And I looked on the patch notes because a lot of times it will list it on the patch notes, but it did not this time. And I was too lazy to look elsewhere. I'm just going to go ahead and switch us here right now. Let's get our shields on, our engines on. We'll go ahead and add a little bit to guns if we need it. That should be it. All right. Hit the afterburners. Shields are already up. There is a ship there. Guardian. All right, game rules. Okay. Feel a little bit more comfortable. Not comfortable about being a Mirai Guardian, but if it's a game rules, a little bit more. Not sure that I've been here. Let's figure out where we can get what we need. There's a landing pad there, so maybe back over there. Maybe right there. Is that one bottom right here? Oh, one right here. Be able to fit right there. Oh. Landing gear. Let's not slam into the side of the planet. Or that, whatever that is. Not quite as much room there as I thought there was. What is? Oh, that's what I'm hitting. I'm like, I'm not hitting the building. I'm good. Ooh, there's just enough.
Engines off.
Not the most elegant entry. Oops. Are those down? Yes. Just hard to see in the snow there. Select all, move to elevator. Was the ship down too low to get it in there? Oh, well, that's annoying. This is my one complaint with this ship, is getting stuff loaded is sometimes... especially when you're in a hurry. I got room for one more, right? Come on. All right. Good enough. Come on, close the doors. There we go.
Landing gear. Shields off.
A lot of gravity in this place. A lot of altitude. There we go. Or atmosphere, I guess, more so than anything else. Got our speed over 200 though, so we should be okay now. All right. Let us get to Stanton Gateway. Look at that.
Quantum travel engaged.
And now we got a little bit of a wait. Once again, I hopped out. Now this ship cools down so quickly, it probably doesn't really matter. But I want to be able to get back in and get our full speed as soon as we get there so that we can hurry and get to the gateway.
Travel
We are carrying
engaged.
drugs, not many, but if somebody scans us and sees, we could be a target. So we're gonna fly in here quick.
Quantum travel complete.
And now we're going to get moving. There we go. See, there are a couple ships back there. There they are. At a spot where they could scan people coming in and be behind them and not be noticed as much. Now nobody locked onto us, so I haven't really jacked up to full speed because we do have to navigate these. And I have slammed into an asteroid before, attempting to avoid being attacked on my way out of Pyro, so I just do not do it this time, if you know what I'm saying. Now I do think I have some modules. We got somebody right there as well. Drake cutter we can ignore. Now see, this is where like I said, I think you should have those requirements. If you have contraband in and it's not in a smuggler's hold, it just won't activate the jump point, right? And they'll send the cops out to you. Maybe not here in Pyro, but on the other side. Dog's barking at somebody. They are awake because I did get up when I was taking that break and use the bathroom and get the mail, so now they're up and paying attention at the window. Oh, it's somebody with a small dog. Yep, I can see why we have to bark at that. That small dog might murder me in my sleep. We have to alert the world to that. All right, we are into Stanton. We're already pointed down here. Oh, there we go. Now I can't see anything. It's nice when the trail telling you how to get out blocks your view and you can't actually see where you're going. All right. Let's head over here to Pyro Gateway and we will get some fuel, get something to drink, because we're what, down to 57%. I think I've got a burger in my backpack. Maybe we'll get some extras to put in the fridge and back. I don't know for sure if this is mine or if this is the loaner one for the event. Usually it puts new ones first and any you already had down, and this one is number 2, so I think this one's mine. So maybe we'll risk putting some bottles of water in the back. Coming in reasonably quickly, don't see any activity though. And again, now that we're coming in for landing, this is someplace else, right, where you should be scanned. Maybe you should come through the air curtain, the little shield, right at the hangar entrance. Maybe that's another place. You come through, it goes, oh, you brought in drugs, and it gives you a crime stat, right?
Service complete.
I think we're going to be over there on the left. Yep, there we go.
Shields on.
Just in case I bump into something again. Speed up a little bit on our way in here. Landing gear down.
Landing gear down.
Urge.
Service complete. Connection terminated.
Engines off.
Let's go ahead and make sure we fill that back up. Go back here. Yep, everything looks good. I never put my helmet on. That was a mistake. Luckily, there was an atmosphere, although it was cold where we were at.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle.
We'll go ahead
retrieval
and
system.
softly put it away. It shouldn't matter, but you never know.
Your vehicle has been moved to a phase visitors again.
I think there's a drink place, a taco place, maybe just to the right. When we get out of here. If I'm remembering correctly, I don't think we have to go to the Galleria, excuse me. Was I right? It was not to the right, but it is right here. So there's the word right in the sentence. Let's go ahead. Oops, goodbye. Get a couple of these down, and then we'll get a couple for the backpack. Maybe we'll grab ourselves a burrito. I think I've got a burger. We don't quite have enough. Go. The mini game. Put the drink in the container. Power up. Oh, we just took a little. Oh, we did. We took a tiny bit of damage from being out in the cold. We're down to 98%. I see. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to grab a couple of these. Buy. And then we'll come over here. We'll get ourselves a burrito. And maybe we'll go for a citrus beef. Bye. All right. Let's put our helmet back on before I forget. Not that it's going to matter for what we're doing. When we get back down there, actually, I probably could use it now. I forgot how to aim it at myself. That's embarrassing. There we go. Okay. This might be risky.
To the ASOP
To pull it back out, because sometimes it will crash on this, but we got to test it. Where's my Intrepid?
Vehicle selected. Stand. Your vehicle has been delivered. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
It looks okay. It's not bouncing or anything. It's not significantly below the hangar. That looks good. Let's go over here and grab our snacks out of the carry it over. It did have a burger. See, told you. Oops, that one's empty. And an empty water, which doesn't help. Are well, not stacked? There we go. All right, now we got one more stop. We got to go to Devon's or Devlin's or whatever it is, and get the item. Let us see if I can carry. F place. There we go. Let's try that again. That's a little bit seizure inducing. I apologize. Place. Oh, that hurts. And we'll put a burger in there. Place. There we go. Perfect. Nice. You know what else I could do? Hold on, let's go. Let's put this in here for now. Two. And then we can put some ammo up here. And there we go. We're kind of stocked up. All right, refueled, both us and the ship. Alt-N.
Exit approved. Safe travels.
See if my landing gear goes up. Let's try that again. Well, here, let's see if it actually did go up. It did. It just didn't show it. All right. And we also want to go and get rid of that. And we're going to collect shipment. So we should be fine. We got plenty of fuel to make it there. Don't bump our excuse me. Try not to bump our head this time.
Service complete. Connection terminating.
Shields off.
Time for another quick break. Ooh, we'll pop out a little early here. Let the cooldown happen, and now we'll be able to warp directly to Euterpa instead of having to go to the planet first. Now, I'm not as worried about coming in here as I was landing in Pyro, but, you know, stuff could still happen. Still got to be careful. It's like maybe this one's on the dark side. That's appropriate, I suppose. Also, every time I have a mission, it's always on the dark side. Never gonna land in the sunlight. Got good windows in this ship, by the way. Weird distortion there from the super wide angle, but it's okay. There's our big ass gun there.
Quantum travel complete.
Okay, don't see anything. Coming a little bit quick just because why not? We'll switch to shields about probably 8 kilometers out here. Just so we got good shields on when we land.
Shields on.
Turn on the lights. Maybe not the best idea when we're smuggling, but what do we got? We got somebody back over there. Right there.
Landing gear down. Contact.
There we go.
Landing gear up.
Who was it that wanted some of me? Really? Well, we'll risk it. Got his shields up. Yeah, he actually is running. Well, that's dumb, but whatever.
Shields off.
Oops. Did I just not have any? Why don't I have guns? Well, you know what we'll do? We'll just fly out and go somewhere else. We'll give him time. still back there?
Shields off. Contact.
Nothing like trying to do piracy in a Polaris.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel.
Especially when you're trying to do piracy against a starter ship. But you know what? That's why you're careful, right? You never know. So the real question is, did he chase me out and he's kept going, or is he going to go back and sit there for a little while? Because if we were doing this just for our own health, right? If this were stuff we owned and not a contract mission, then we could obviously just log out, go to another server, and come back in. But as it is an actual mission, we're kind of stuck here for the moment. And I've already got, let's see how long I've been recording this for. An hour and 20 minutes. So we've got close to an hour and a half into this mission at this point. Now we're not gonna make a lot of money. We're gonna make 225,000, 226,000. So it's not, the way we did it isn't very financially sound. But if I would have done this in a bigger ship that has more cargo, what we could have done was we could have combined this up with a couple things, right? So you can see here, we could have grabbed some cryopods from Tessa and taken those with us, dropped them off at Canard View, and then picked up the drugs on the way out. That would have got us an extra 140. We could have bought some stuff from Grim Hex, which is where I actually started today, and taken that with me as well. So we could have earned an extra, 400 taking stuff there, and then tried to make some money on the return, right? We could have even done better. If we would have gone a little bit bigger, this would have even been a safer route, right? Because just into Obituary and Ruin Station, we could have earned 200,000 with that. So we could have combined a few of these together if we'd wanted to. I don't know if if he is going to leave now because he goes, okay, well, my cover's blowing. Let's hop in one more time and see what's going on. Make sure I'm happy with my... Why did my gun not shoot last time? I am upset about that. I have power into guns. Okay, it shoots now. Oh, maybe because I was in the amnesty zone? It's not an amnesty zone. Armistice zone. But he wants to sit out and send missiles in from outside. That's probably what he's doing. So I was in there, so I couldn't shoot them down at the moment, but he was far enough out that he could shoot missiles in. Maybe? Okay, well, we know the guns work. I have some more decoys and flares in there.
Quantum travel engaged.
And I have speed.
Quantum travel complete. Shields on.
That might be him sitting over, or it might just be the base.
Contact.
Nope, that's still him. All right.
Shields off.
Let me go someplace. And wait him out for a little while.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Now we could just finish the mission with what we have. Let's see, where was that? That was... Let's see, what do we got there? No, I'm looking for something close. I'm looking for the actual... There we go. No, that's the comm array. Port Tressa, that's what I'm looking for. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to turn it in. I'm just going to turn it in. It's almost dinner time. It's not worth fighting on that. Not worth messing with that over. So, you know what? We're not going to get as much, but that's okay. That's the joy of this type of mission, is sometimes you're going to end up with people who think they're cool because they have a Polaris. Now, I have one as well. I could potentially also go and get a stealth bomber and torpedo him out of the sky and come in nice and quiet. But it's just not worth the extra for 100,000. To be honest, torpedoes cost more than that. What I should do is just be more active in my guild, my corps, and just call people in to take care of him. But, well, whoops, that's not what I'm looking for. I was hoping to get a cool screenshot landed on the planet. Maybe I'll do that anyway. For a thumbnail. All right, well, we are back. Well, we're at Area 18. We're actually back to turn this in. We got half of what we needed. It is what it is. I did let some people in chat know that he was there camping if somebody's looking for some PvP, and somebody, I don't know if it's him or not, said Operation Kill Free Flyers. So it may be the Intrepid was the exact reason he went after me. Nothing like trying to get people who are interested in buying and supporting the game you love to not buy and support the game. I don't understand the thinking, but it is what it is. But we did fine. I'm not sure Oh, here we go. That's his name probably right there because we targeted. Eve Mestre Bushido. Okay. He doesn't know what Bushido is, apparently, or doesn't actually believe in it if he jumps in Intrepid in a... or she uses a Polaris to attack an Intrepid, or specifically to go after new players. But, you know, whatever. Is what it is. I think there were, somebody asked if they were torps or PDCs. It was not PDCs. They actually shot. I don't think it was torps. I think it was actual missiles. But I don't remember what loadout, even though I have a Polaris, has for missiles. So maybe we check real quick when we turn this in, just to look.
Alert. Alert.
Alert.
Landing gear down.
Thank you. If he was in fact shooting torpedoes, he wasted a lot of money, because torpedoes, especially for that thing, are not cheap. Let's go ahead and refuel so I don't forget. Restock our flares and such. Engine's off. We'll go turn this in, and then we'll go check our Polaris real quick and see what it has in it. I don't generally fly it. Freight elevator. The Polaris, I mean. I'm just going to kind of toss them over there initially, and then, whoops. And then we'll, wish they gave us just a little bit more room to get in and out of this thing. Then we'll go stack them up nice in a second. Throw it on there. Like I said, we're only getting half of what we got, but you know what? That's fine. Let's go ahead, contract. Oops, don't do it yet. Let's at least send up what we do have. Or send down what we do have. I already have a bunch of stuff from a mission that gave me double what it was supposed to, and I grabbed... I didn't quite have room for all of it because I was, again, flying a small ship. I got most of it, but of course the bit I left was the bit it wanted. So I have a great reputation of turning in half of a mission lately. Let's go ahead, contracts. It was supposed to pay 226. We've got, let's see, 140 there. So let's go ahead and submit. See if we got half. And we got, what, 54? Not half, but that's okay. That's okay. We didn't go home empty-handed. So let's go ahead and put this down real quick, and then out of curiosity, let's check the Polaris.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Actually, what I'm going to do is, because I don't want to call it up here, let me go home to my home station, and then we'll pull it up and take a look there. All right, we're back. We're at Orison. I've got my Polaris, and apparently I've got a Perseus as well, because, you know, I may as well take a look. I haven't decided if I wanted one or not. I like the Polaris because It has its own hangar. It does a lot of cargo. It's not just a combat ship that requires 15 people to run effectively. So I'm a little bit, you know, on the fence as far as that goes. But maybe we upgrade. I'm not sure what the cost is. But let's go ahead and take a look at vehicles. And we'll take a look at our Polaris. Way down here somewhere. There we go. And we can see what type of guns it has or missiles it has on it. Just to know how much money that person wasted. Yeah, it's got normal. Nope. Torpedo, torpedo, torpedo. Oh, no, arrestor 3s probably. Almost certainly what they were shooting at me. I can't imagine wasting torpedoes on me. And those came out too quickly to be the torpedoes. So I'm sure they were just arrestor 3s. Okay. Let's take a look what the Perseus has gun-wise. Vehicle weapons. Type 7 torpedo spot, which are apparently all empty, which is interesting. So they give you a free one to fly, but it's going to cost you millions to just put missiles in the slots. So we do have a bunch of torpedo slots. And Reaper 5 missiles. Okay. PDCs. And Mantis. Okay. GT220 and weapon there. There.
Welcome to the ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
All right. Let's see. Where is it down here? Here it is. Size 3, huh? So a bunch of size 3s?
Has been set.
Okay. I thought it had...
Please visit us again.
Which one am I on? I'm on the
Welcome to the ASOC vehicle
Polaris
retrieval
torpedo rack. I thought it had a big gun up front, and it probably does. What we'll do, hold on. This has nothing to do with the video that I recorded. Let's just pull it up. Let's just take a look at the Perseus and see what it looks like. As long as we're here.
Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Okay, it's in a large hangar. Interesting.
Bye.
It's a little bit smaller than I thought it was. I did look at it at the show. I mean, I walked around it. I don't think you'd get in it at the show. I don't remember there being a ramp. So I haven't been in one yet, but... And I don't have any idea what is pilot controlled and what is individual gunner controlled, right? Okay, so PDCs. Yeah, there we go. This is the big gun I was talking about. This is what I was thinking. Okay. Elevator's up here. There it is. There we go. Okay, torpedo loading, like that. Should we go take a look? Very cool. And yes, it is mostly missing its torpedoes. Anything else have labels? lower deck, main deck, docking collar, docking collar. Let's see what's on the lower deck. Ladder, main elevator, lower turret. Okay. I'll just take the ladder up. Looks like we've got a couple options for that. That was nice and smooth. So torpedo bay is back this direction. Power plant, nice. Again, that looks cool. Upper turret. All right. Should we hop into? We probably should have hopped into the lower turret. That was probably the big one we saw down there, huh? Well, let's see what we see from the upper turret. Same basic idea, right? Yep. Big guns and little guns. Pick what you need. Gyro mode.
Welcome to Roberts Space Industries.
Do they both shoot at the same time?
System check.
Okay, there's the little one. Increased sensitivity. Huh. Okay. Looks cool. Probably takes fewer people to be effective in than you need in a Polaris, right? Because you have the two big turrets and a pilot, I would think. Whereas the how do you load this? I mean, it says cargo hold. I guess you load it through the docking collars? Or is that a big elevator? Oh, I betcha that's a big elevator. Look. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't carry a lot. No, that's personnel elevator, right? I don't know. What do we got? Escape pod, ladder, engineering, crew quarters, mess hall. Let's take a look at the crew quarters first. Nice. Okay. Take a look at the mess hall. I like it so far. But I really like the fact that the Polaris has that huge... it's got a big cargo hold. And it's got the hangar on top that you can use as a cargo hold. Which is really convenient if you're out looting ships and stuff. Alright, so we've got that. Let's see where the elevator takes us. Anywhere? There we go. Maybe. Upper deck, main deck, lower deck. All right, we probably want upper deck. We're on main deck now. Bridge. Captain's... We've got to check out the captain's quarters. Nice little desk, bed. Okay. Not bad.
Space Industries. Enjoy the work. System check.
All right, we can't turn anything because we're not moving. So we don't have any guns from here. We just have... All right, but we've got one little turret there. So that could be like one of these guys down here. Otherwise, a lot of PDCs. Those turrets on the side there. Looks like maybe some little guns there and a nose turret there. So we've got 2 big turrets. 2 little turrets. But realistically, we put somebody in that one and that one down there. That's probably all you need. So I would say 3 people to fly this thing. Maybe a torpedo person? 4th person? Well, now we're beginning to get back into Polaris numbers of people. I don't know. Well, we've seen the very beginning. We flew around in a starter ship, and now we've seen a not starter ship. Let's just call it that. There's the ladder. But here, let's go back down to the lower deck. I want to see if that cargo deck can be lowered, or if you load it through the. Relays. Caution loading zone. Got a nice little window there. Ah, is that it? Not too bad. Not too bad. So pretty easy to load. However, comma, not as easy as the Polaris, because I just open the top hangar and throw everything in it, and then I've got some elevators there if I want to move stuff down a level, or I go in through the big giant side doors, although the ramps do get in the way. Yeah. All right. Well, a little bonus big ship coverage to go with our starter ship coverage. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Cheers.